in today's context, or which had been most confused by altruism's influence. You may observe that the titles of some of the essays are in the form of a question. These come from our intellectual ammunition department that answers questions sent in by our readers. Ayn Rand, New York, September 1964. P.S. Nathaniel Branden is no longer associated with me, with my philosophy, or with the Objectivist, formerly the Objectivist Newsletter. New York, November 1970, Ayn Rand. Number 1, The Objectivist Ethics by Ayn Rand. Since I am to speak on the Objectivist Ethics, I shall begin by quoting its best representative, John Galt, in Atlas Shrugged. Through centuries of scourges and disasters brought about by your code of morality, you have cried that your code had been broken, that the scourges were punishment for breaking it, that men were too weak and too selfish to spill all the blood it required. You damned man, you damned existence. You damned this earth, but never dared to question your code. You went on crying that your code was noble, but human nature was not good enough to practice it, and no one rose to ask the question, good? By what standard? You wanted to know John Galt's identity. I am the man who has asked that question. Yes, this is an age of moral crisis. Your moral code has reached its climax, the blind alley at the end of its course, and if you wish to go on living, what you now need is not to return to morality, but to discover it. What is morality or ethics? It is a code of values to guide man's choices and actions, the choices and actions that determine the purpose and the course of his life. Ethics as a science deals with discovering and defining such a code. The first question that has to be answered as a precondition of any attempt to define, to judge, or to accept any specific system of ethics is, why does man need a code of values? Let me stress this. The first question is not, what particular code of values should man accept? The first question is, does man need values at all? And why? Is the concept of value, of good or evil, an arbitrary human invention unrelated to, underived from the unsupported, and unsupported by any facts of reality? Or is it based on a metaphysical fact, on an unalterable condition of man's existence?